You just cursed. You put it out there, and now I'm cursed. Thank you. You got to show your.
You have to take a self test.
You have to take a. You can take a rapid CVS, Walgreens.
I want those tests took with me. I couldn't afford it.
No matter what.
Well, 24 hours. 24 hours makes it from Wednesday. Time, mountain time,
It'll be
Pacific time.
central.
Be sure if they caught me on that, let me forward.
Oh.
I had to go back and plug in register. Well, you know how tempted I am to put it all. How are you? Good. But you?
Doing good.
Our superintendent is all about pride. We make it. I know. Yes, can I all the time? Yeah. It works good. Are you guys ordering the solution or are you ordering the stuff to make it? Rocks, one's already out of the set. I don't know how long the process is. Yeah. The price of it.
Welcome to Thursday. Entertain a motion to return to policy and governance. Second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All right, as we were before discussing, reviewing, and possible action regarding FY 22-23 estimate of needs, and going down the list, facilities.
Morning.
Morning.
We're going to look at mechanical. I'll just kind of highlight some of the main differences. We have 24 employees. We're going to add one. Then there's a necessity for that with the construction going on 6 and the other projects happening. If you move down the page to where are we? We had to, during the snow days and the jury days, we had to call out Kone quite a bit. So that's quite an increase at that situation. Going to the bottom to wrap it up, we're looking for a 9% increase.
Now, one point in time, Conade just had a person coming every other morning or every morning. Is that still part of their program?
Not every morning, no. Mostly just when we call them. They do come on jury Mondays.
Oh, to be here on standby?
Yes.
Okay.
They are here. They are here during jury week. So every other week, they're here for 3 days that week, and then they're here for about 4 hours. So that is an additional cost that is not on their contract that we pay out of our budget.
Right, a year or two. Right, and a year or two ago, that was, I thought, built in for that program.
No, that comes out of our budget.
And elevators are started to schedule what time frame to be refitted?
June.
June 1st, June 30th?
I don't have an exact date. Early June.
Oh, good, June 14th then. I was just curious on when that was, it's been moving. Joe, any numbers jump out at you?
No, just a couple quick questions, not really. You have down in your capital, you have a new request this year, 2 trucks and a skid steer.
Yes.
Have you contacted our yards to see if we might have something, one of the 3 yards might have something that we could transfer to you?
Yes,
that
we are working with one of the
Okay.
yards on the skid steer.
All right, awesome.
Excuse me, we were just told yesterday that we put a PO in place to buy a skid steer from District 3. And we were just told that they couldn't sell it to us because it's an election year.
To buy a skid steer? Why can't they just transfer it to you? It's all county equipment.
No, I put a PO in place to buy it, and they said they couldn't sell it to us.
Well, that doesn't begin until July 1, correct? Filing hasn't even occurred. I don't know. You can get with them. Maybe I don't understand.
They want the value of the skid steer back in their budget.
They're buying a new one, and then when you sell
We just,
I don't know. Okay. All right. That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that covers that office. Going once, going twice. Okay, running down, looks like general government.
Hi, Kelly.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was going to start with the economic development, the 200,000 that we give to Oklahoma City every year. We usually pay the first amount January, and the second amount comes out about July for that previous year. And I haven't heard if it's going to change or not.
Okay.
And that's the only thing on it. On the commissioners, everything is the same. Some of the cells were locked, and I couldn't put the amounts in for the health, dental, and life insurance. And it is because it's based on age, and they have to get those numbers from Aaron Spitzer. And then I was
Wait,
just speaking.
Hold up.
I'm sorry.
Can you repeat that?
The numbers for the health, dental, and life insurance on the commissioners, it's not filled in.
Okay.
A county clerk will fill it in after they get the numbers from Aaron Spitzer. That's what I was told yesterday.
And it's based upon what?
Age. The life insurance is based upon age, and so the numbers will change.
Okay.
I was also just speaking to facilities, and they have brought up that Commissioner Mon has wanted to talk about raising the rates for the parking. So that's all on that one.
All right.
And then general government. I spoke with Karen about the insurance premiums, and she has not heard anything yet about renewing our policies, and told me to add 25% to the amount from last year. The outside legal, we have about 650,000 right now encumbered that we have spent throughout this year, so that's the amount I put for next year. The DA contract, I spoke with Russ Allen, and those are the numbers that he gave me that the district attorney is going to ask for this year. And then I do not have the new numbers for the criminal justice also.
Ooh.
On the economic development,
Yes.
the contract that was sent in this year, and there was discussion that they also sent it in last year, they're gonna be asking for 300,000. So is that something we need to build into this estimate of needs?
Yes. If it's going to be for fiscal year 22-23, then I will need to change that and add the 100,000 to it.
Well, since that's what they were wanting last year, I think we better plug that number in, because that's what
Okay.
the contract says.
Okay. That can be changed.
Okay, Kelly, the 54026 vicinity,
Yes.
we've got 620.
Usually they send us an email. They send it to Danny and I think to Keith for the rates that we're going to have. When I spoke to Keith about the utilities, he said that this year they would all be going up astronomically. So I have kept the same amounts for the utilities because, like I said, the vicinity, we haven't received any kind of email stating what their rates are going to be this year.
Do we have, Keith? I know that you've been working with them regarding a new, potentially a new agreement.
Yeah, that's right. We've not received any formal indication from them. However, we have over the past year and a half been tracking the rate increases and monitoring the usage for steam and chill water daily. We've been able to operate those systems manually and achieve a remarkable savings despite the rate increases. After looking at what we've experienced to date over that period of time, you might consider a 30% or so increase in what we pay. We've projected that to go from the $600,000 figure that she has to a $1.1 million number based on usage, based on rate increases, and based on the current way our contract is being, or lack of contracts being managed.
I might have misunderstood. I thought you said a 30% increase.
It's 900 and some
30.
for the per unit delivered cost. Also, there are handling fees. There are other fees that are associated with that. We project a $1.1 million figure.
Okay, and then with regard to gas, electric, sewer, water, those rates or that amount in the proposed budget is the same as the previous year, this current year?
The
What are you guesstimating?
natural gas, electricity, water, those utilities, we're forecasting a 15% increase overall.
Okay,
keep in mind, it's difficult. I mean, we're trying to see into a crystal ball a year and a half from now. And
right,
that's
I understand.
that's a tough job. So if we err, I'd rather be erring on the side of caution. Sorry.
Included in this 1.1 million projection for vicinity, they supply the jail, correct?
Yes, vicinity supplies chilled water and steam to the jail. Yes.
And is that bill, is this, we're
This
paying
is
that,
not-
and the jail's reimbursing us?
No, this
or
is not inclusive. That 1.1 is for this
This
campus.
campus, okay.
So for those line items, we need to bump up 30% and 15%.
I think on the 54026, given Keith's explanation, I think he's comfortable with 1.1 million in that item, and then for the three above, gas, electric, sewer, water, a 15% increase to those.
Yeah, that's what I
Last year, I did not, or this year, I have not used all of my utilities. I was able to lower the blankets for the utilities that I have now because rent increased and I didn't have the increase on last year's budget, and I had to use that money to help cover. So the numbers I have are more than I need right now. I really don't need to raise the electric, the water, and the gas.
So you're saying your difference was 15%?
Probably more than.
Okay, all right.
Sorry. No, you're fine.
Speaking of the rent and not having it last year, should we consider the increases that most likely will happen this year for our properties?
Yes.
Rental increases for the sheriff's occupation, and also for others, you might keep that in mind. I don't know if that's
Yeah, I mean, we've already brought up metro increases. There may be some increases at Krause, maybe some increases at Lincoln. So should we consider these?
It's going to be, there'll be two agenda items on the PDA advisory for Monday. One is the rental rates for Metro, and one is the rental rates based on consumer price index for the properties. That will be on Monday's.
Okay, and pardon, what exactly does that have to do with this budget?
I pay the
She
rent,
pays it.
and I have
Where-
increased the rent of 6%. I think the CPI was 6.8 or 7 something
7.9 this month.
this month.
What line item is that? I'm sorry.
The rent is, it's right under 54045 PBA leases, county
Oh,
departments.
okay, I'm sorry, I missed it.
And I will also need to raise the parking that I do for the court staff. I pay for one person for parking in the court, for the court staff. And that will have to be raised if the rates are raised.
So Monday's numbers are projected to be 7?
We do that based on consumer price index. Number 2021. That's what's written in the lease. It's based on the consumer price index. December 2021.
So for that line item, 7%?
Okay.
Yes.
Does that include Kraus?
Yes.
Yes,
All
should
of
that
all
include
of the
Kraus? If we don't own the property anymore.
Technically we do, but when we close on it, which would be before next fiscal year,
Well, I guess that's probably a different discussion.
Yes. I thought you had a question.
No, I have a question about Kraus. So what I just heard is, yes, we need to put money for the Kraus,
I pay
Budget in here.
ICB, Kraus, and Lincoln.
knowing that at some point in the future, that money won't be paid into the won't be paid to the PBA, it will be paid to the state of Oklahoma, theoretically, right?
They can call for any rental rate. It's just-
Oh, you're correct. It was, yeah, there's nothing in that contract.
If the property not closed, rent would be charged.
That- I don't think I think Cody's correct. As I recall, the contract didn't contemplate a rental amount. It just said we could be there for, was it 2 years? Yeah, it didn't have a rental amount.
So today, the PBA is still in possession of the property.
Right.
But it should rent to them.
Okay. Yeah, so we need to leave it in for now then.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, I'm learning a lot. Now I know why you do the budget stuff, right? I'm just not, can't figure it out.
All right, the only other was the capital projects, was that dealt with?
No, capital projects wasn't dealt with, election board. I believe, Michael, we've covered everything else.
And maybe
Free
free fair,
fare.
but
Yeah, free fare.
she usually charges about the same as the year before.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, well, if no other, citizen participation. Any board comments?
None, thank you.
All righty,
Adjourn.
second. All those in favor say aye.
Sorry. Aye.
Ayes have it.